Are you struggling to capture the beauty of clouds over the calm sea? I'll guide you step by step to create with ease no matter your skill level. You learn one of the techniques that will bring your seascape paintings to life. We start mixing all the colors and keep them nice and clean from each other. Also, when you put color on panel with your palette knife, always clean up between the colors as well. So now I got the titanium white underneath the ultramarine blue, and now I'm just smearing the paints gray like a bit of a cloud cover, and then you just smooth it up, blending with the blending brush. And here I got the paper, which I dip on paints gray, and just randomly get those clouds. Dipping on titanium white as well, and gently you just blend it. And underneath the clouds you can a little bit use a bit of a force that it blends a little bit more. So it's all about the shaping up the clouds, like here I'm doing now. At first you need to do very gently with the blending, otherwise it's gonna smudge too much. Sounds like a poetry. Anyway, you know what I mean. It's get mixed up with the under painting, which is fresh still. A little bit turquoise. It's a very strong color, so you don't need a lot. Plus I put olive green to make it a little bit darker. This is gonna be the horizon. Palette knife is good for this purpose, to get the straight line. I like using palette knife to spread painting on panel. In some reason, you can use your brush if you want to, but I find that you get more paint on the panel, and then I just smooth it up with soft blending brush. And this is gonna be our first wave right on the front, and just using a little bit more darker colors, and using palette knife and smooth it up underneath, keeping the painting very simple from the first step is the key as well. And then we leave it for the overnight to dry it, so not too much detailing yet. I'm doing just a little waves and distance because I had some color still left. And for the next day, we are getting ready for the pier or jetty, what do you call it? And using the masking tape, the straight lines. It's up to you how you wanna design your pier or jetty. And our jetties are pretty much looks like that. And it's great to use the masking tape for the straight lines. And then we put some paint on it with brush first, and then we're using the crumpled paper again to get that little texture on pier or jetty. And it's just a great way to do the texture. And then you just put a thick layer of the paint, titanium white as well on the top, the grays, and it just gives that mixed of the paint. And design like I'm doing it now. I'm tapping it up with crumpled paper. I did add up a little bit olive green as well, and now I just do that darker side of the pier or jetty. And now you can see the design, it's nice and straight, and then we just fill up those caps. Also that grey concrete we add up a little bit, filling it up, and then we are ready to shapen it up a little bit. I smudged it up a little bit, but I cleaned it up with the clean brush. Now I'm just adding up the masking tape underneath the jetty, getting ready those pylons before I'm just doing those brick joints first, and using the palette knife to get the straight lines as well for the underneath the jetty. I'm just using the palette knife for doing that, and then I'm using the straight line with the brush, because palette knife does give that more paint on it, so it's easier to get that straight line with the palette knife. And using the dark colors first, and then later on we're gonna put some highlights on the pylons, because the painting is nice and dry underneath, so it's easy to push the paint on the top wherever you want it, or if you make a mistake you just wipe it off. And here I'm just designing just those underneath the pylons when it meets the water, so it's easy to push and pull and just wipe it off. And here I'm using the brush as well. Great about oil paint is that you can you have more time to design your painting, whatever you want to do, because you can push and pull and wipe it off if you need to wipe it off. So it is, I find it a little bit more easier than acrylic. Acrylic, you gotta get it right pretty much quickly before the paint dries, I suppose. But with the oil paint, you got time, at least a couple hours. I do use liquid original, which fasten up a little bit the process of the drying time, but you still have that couple hour time. I sometimes have a cup of coffee and forget about the painting for a while, and then I come back to the painting and then I see it differently and I fix it up what need to be fixed, I suppose. With this boat, it's good to start with the keel first on the front, and then you get the outline of the boat, and then you just add up all the colors on it. And again, it's not, if you think that the boat is a little bit out of the shape, you can actually wipe it with a clean brush or paper to get the outline correct. This design of the boat is not very typical character of these days. The boats are teeny and aluminium boats, very popular in Australia. So, but I love these old style boats. They got more character, but they are not very used in Australian waters anymore so much. Now we're getting the next day that the painting is very dry now again, so we can do another layer on the top of it. Mainly I'm working on the waves now and some of the details of the wave and the wash on the beach. If you have difficulty to get the natural look of the waves and the wash, this is the one way to do it. I'll show you how to split the masking tape in the middle and just get the random like a wave looking design on the top, like you can see it here. And then just get the crumpled paper again, which is so handy, and tip it on titanium white and just gently tap it. Don't overly do it, but I make sure that the wash is actually on where the masking tape is meeting the painting, like you can see that here. And now we're doing the little beach wash as well with the foam and it's so easy. I just put an extra layer of the masking tape as well to protect that. And again, just tapping on titanium white and gently, and you get those like a wash looking prints out, which we just correct a little bit with the brush, like you can see here. I'm doing it just a clean brush, just to pull it on the sideways, and even on the top of the wave I put just extra white a little bit, so it looks a little bit more natural. Just take your time with your brush. I speed it up a little bit this one because otherwise, because I do take my time with the brush, and but I just speed up a little bit because otherwise it's gonna go a very long video. Just cleaning up with my paper towel, something I on the boat got a little bit titanium white, so I wipe it off. I'm just mixing up a little bit more burnt amber on yellow ochre, so it looks like a wet sand, like you can see it here. So that's the whole idea, to get it a little bit darker, the beach sand. So yeah, I'm just blending it and try to get it a very thin layer. And here I'm just adding up a little bit turquoise green color underneath the beer, which is the like a shade colors. And on horizon I adding up the island, which was the whole idea from the beginning. So I'm just easily adding up things and doing some detailing on the pylons as well. It's easier to do all the detailing when things are more dry and you can push and pull your paint. Here I'm just adding up some highlights on the boat as well, and if you make a mistake you can wipe it off. I did the ropes, which is the front rope was a little bit too thick, so I'm just trimming it up with the wiping and with the dry brush, so that's easy done as well. And just adding more details on the light bulbs and stuff. And I find in my videos, like these painting videos, it's more easier to just shut up and paint. And because I'm a little bit introvert person, it's hard to explain all that correctly, and English is not my first language, so I apologize for that, but I do my best to explain what's going on. If you have any feedback or comments, I would appreciate. It can be negative, it can be positive, I don't care, that's all good. I answered my best abilities to you. Thank you for your company, I really appreciate it. If you like seas escape videos, I got the Vikings in the Storms. It's a really interesting painting where things went wrong. Thank you again, and see you next time. Bye now.